overtime and almost beating them on that map is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's one of their most played matches since Phase 1 as well. 6 times, 5-1 on that map. Split is a weird one if we make it to map 3 because we've only seen one loss from ERAH and we haven't seen it at all the entire project from Ramboot.
Yep.
So I think they're going to try and get this done in 2, and jumping into Agent Select here, we'll get to see if there's any changes which way or another. Obviously, I think some trolling going on with the little veto hover over there on ERAH's side, but everything looking pretty stock standard. The only thing that Ramboot has experimented with is changing around what double duelist variant they've been testing out. Sometimes it's the ISO you're like we're seeing here, sometimes it's the neon ISO, and I think that honestly has just depended on the veto draft more than anything.
Yeah, and yeah, relatively normal picks coming out. Obviously, the Omen being picked here means Corrode does not get an Omen, so probably we're going to be seeing a lot of Astra later on. But I think the agent pool at this point is deep enough that with the Blender draft in play, you only have to be a little bit creative when it comes to your first map here, and I assume that's why we're seeing a Killjoy come out, just in case you need that for that final map as well. Well, I don't know. A lot of teams, I think, would favour the Cypher, but Killjoy is definitely on the board. There isn't a lot of weak agents anymore. I mean, Breach is kind of the only one I would go.
I don't know, Cypher got hit pretty hard too. But...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. In terms of the Blender implications, Omen's that big one. Both of them were running it on Corrode, but otherwise, yeah, they've gotten spicy with their duelists when they need to. You may even see a Phoenix later on from Ramboot on Corrode if they want to stay hot. But otherwise, I mean, jumping into the action here already, it's going to be Ramboot starting out on that attack half with this double duelist ERAH looking to respond in kind. We might be setting up for an early A short fight here if these teams are going to collide, Twiggy.
Yeah, it does look that way. I think Ramboot's composition very much going to be favouring some quick attacks, right? An ISO and the order. You're going to want to take as many 1v1s as you can get your hands on. And that's a good start for them. Hyber taking out the first member. A lot of damage done to the Ramboot side, but they're just going to keep on chugging up long.
Yeah, I like this, though. The regroup from the Sova, obviously, to join the Tommy had issues if they don't clear out short, but as they try to, the players have been splintered apart.
Good damage. Tommy still holding down in there, but Jabu with flank is able to find one, and has players on all sides now to deal with. The pistol round has been predetermined here by Ramboot, and it's a convincing first round for them. The pistol round, I find, always kind of gives you a good idea of just the aim, how everybody is feeling warm on the mouse, right? And there's nothing else in play, so it's all just about hitting your shots there, and I think Ramboot look very warm right now.
I mean, Tommy there, the only person to write home about. A nice initiative there to try and flip the script, realizing that they were getting pressured from multiple directions there, kind of encapsulated into short. But yeah, there's not that too much you can pull away from a pistol round. What we can pull away is the fact that they are once again leaning towards A, so they did like the success they found on that pistol round. We also know we're going to have that consistent Cypher lurk as well here, likely from Jambu, so those consistencies, those box checked, but in the meantime, it was an early front B start, and now it's kind of devolving into, okay, which way do we go? Where's the first signs of contact? And they might be getting it correct towards the A side.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, of course, and narrowly avoiding the recon there actually gives them free entry in towards the site as ERAH think, well, we need to put our eggs in one basket. That basket is going to be mid, and Ramboot are just lying in wait for that one. Jabu should be able to do a good amount of work in just holding them off, but they sense a little bit of danger, and they're actually just going to head straight in towards A, but plenty of players. They've wrapped all the way around.
I was going to say, they felt like they were twiddling their thumbs a little bit, maybe trying to go for a die to the spike angle, and that still seems to be the idea, but like you mentioned, because of how deep into spawn, they weren't able to escape the sniper rifle sights, so that at least one are trying to charge a dimensional drift, and on the exit through spawn, they're trying to hunt down these players. They don't want these ults prevented.
Yeah, at the very least, they can get themselves some orbs here. Neptune able to find one.
Last player standing.
Like just about be yeah, forward the Marshall there from player highlighted, Michelle. And definitely going to be a good job to get those kills on the board. And the 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that is Mikkel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we're just gonna get that double checked though. I mean, it's consistent
based
with
on
the
the
role.
top fragging as well.
Yeah, with the Yoru that is here. I'm sure we'll see Lucky Yolo also trying to the fight for that. I mean, they stole the ace for crying out loud there on the eco, but a little quick tech pause here before jumping into what is going to be a quite pivotal round, and honestly a scary one taking a closer look, right? Not even a bonus, you can call it, I'd argue, out of Ramboot here. 4 rifles minus Hyper on that Bulldog, but they even had backline support anyways these first few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, look, they still have enough money. Even if they lose this round with 4 rifles in hand, they will be, well, like 5 rifles, but, you know, come on, Bulldog. They will still have enough money to buy up into the next one. They're absolutely feeling happy about this. So that's 2 free rounds for them, essentially. ERAH going to find it hard to get a foothold in this one. They need to switch up that momentum as quickly as possible. Otherwise, it could just be rounds after rounds for Ramboot, especially the way they're looking, right? The way I see it, with the rifles in their hands. If Michelle's feeling that way, if everybody else is warm and ready to go, Ramboot really should do a very good job here on Haven.
We haven't really gotten to see, I feel like, too much fear from Ramboot in taking this A space, so and that's why we're seeing once again, like, Pito, like, gearing up to fight for this space, and unfortunately it does feel like they decided to flip the script now that rifles are in hand, capitalize on what truly this Yoru ISO brings, which is this C-take simulator, right? And that means Neptune is finally going to get tested as a Anchor Sentinel. We'll see if they are stock standard, live by the side, die by the side, or if they'll give it up once pressured. And I think that'll be really telling about how ERAH wants to play this defensive Haven as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously with 2 controllers as is kind of the meta right now. I don't know, you can change it up if you see fit, but it is very useful to be able to adapt in that way. Give it up or hold it down. And the clone does not fool anybody.
Yeah.
I'm looking on the minimap to see if they turn around and check, but it doesn't look like that's the case.
Dang, we could have gotten a little Durka moment, but for now, it was just used as the fake out rotation being heard by Pito, and you can already see the rotation from both controllers as a result. The question is this bait from Robs enough to conceal the Neon, and how many honestly really get in this corner if they even follow through? It's just deposits upon deposits, fake outs left, right, and center, poking and prodding everywhere at the moment, trying to keep ERAH guessing.
Who does move up in the end, foregoing that position, pays for it with his life, and well, now Robs is trying to hold down the site. Oh, but Ramboot has given it up.
He's gonna
30 seconds left
for a deadly corner, but the reason why they give it up is look at how deep the Cypher is already into C, right? Javu pushing, prodding into CT. The Killjoy gave it up to try and clear grass, and instead they've been caught out by Lucky Yolo as well. So C pretty much safe, on for a flawless here. You can see the save already. I think it's been called by ERAH.
Yeah, I think you have to take that at this point. You're the team that have no money left in the bank with those rifles, and every one you give up is just giving Ramboot more and more confidence, more and more ult points as well. They've already got the dimensional drift available to them. They're more than happy to just have a free round here. I don't think they even need to go hunting, right? Their economy isn't so insane that you need to go for these kills
Absolutely.
at this point, but
No wall there? Oh, that's a beautiful
wow.
coordinated swing to try and keep these rifles in hands, but it also gives away the position now 2 players, so prolongation made here from the Ramboot players, but Robs leading the charge, keeping everybody alive and almost acing in the process. You see the Cypher who opened up that round for Ramboot a little late to the party in the closing ceremony, but all in all, again, job done, round 1, and with 3 on the board, it's a great time to remind them that Ramboot is the tier 3 team here, right? In big quotation marks under Project Blender, right? They're the ones fighting for that extra €400 bounty here if they beat the tier 2 team ERAH, who was invited to phase 2. And honestly, like, again, they're not shaping up too terribly here, and we'll have to see that response from ERAH sooner rather than later.
Shadows travel.
the smoke goes out straight away from ERAH to try and keep away these Ramboot players. It does do the job. I'm going to head out of there. I think Pitu is able to give away the information that they are vacating from A long.
Toxins going up.
Towards B, they move. Aldro is going to try and find out Nitro back on the site here. Tommy's trying to hold it down. Nitro is the one who manages to get the kill. Big dodging and weaving, but picking up a weapon, unfortunately. Yeah, you cannot shoot with that. Hyper will get the spike.
Spike planted.
First time we saw them actually prod on the east side, and it proved successful because they took that extra initiative, right, to shut down the Omen and A-Link. And once again, it feels like ERAH's left with limited options, but with rounds going down the drain one after another, they're hesitant to save again. So slide in, clear the aggressive angles, and see what you can do to clear out the backside space and just find a way in.
Good situation to be in. Pitu finds the first, brings it to a 3v3. The time to take it down. You can get something done if you clear him out, but Luke gets one done, and Jabu will finish it off, and that's about it. Ramboot again. I mean, they just didn't really give ERAH an opportunity to take that one back as much as they tried.
Yeah, I mean, to clear that corner, maybe a different outcome in the making, but perfection there basically from Luckyolo just to hold on time, and then the tag team made sure to finish the job as well there from Jabu, so it wasn't like a 1v2 left over in a mess to clutch up in, but I did see, I feel like, the mortality of Ramboot there just a little bit, it felt like, as they started clearing this side space. You know, Hyber getting caught alone there, so maybe we'll see some more retake effort that was going to say from ERAH, but there was other plans, right? Poking, prodding, C-Long, and getting punished for it. Nisha, I don't know if that orb's going to protect you
and
for
me.
long.
Oh, yeah, no, Nisha is being brought into the Shadow Realm, unable just yet to get anything, but Luki misses the first couple of shots, and that'll do. Nisha's still alive, actually, in the backside. Pitu pays with the life to try and keep them away from that one. The Sheriff is good. Good information on the jump peak as well. Maybe getting able to get this one done. Oh, the shot's missed, but Robs is there to finish things off, and ERAH find their first round out of absolutely nowhere.
Wow, I mean, essentially, right, you get one of your major duelists pulled into that kill contract, right, to try and open up the site, and in the meantime, the rest are flooding back in, right, holding down, batting down the hatches, and winning out these Sheriff engagements, right? Pitu particularly protecting the body, ensuring that their teammate would be able to survive, and Nisha learned their lesson from last round, right, trusting in the Sheriff instead of going for these weapon upgrades, and even Robs gets there just in time to get the crowning kill in the first round for ERAH, and honestly, couldn't come at a better moment now. Weapons back online, getting major ults for Ramboot as well, so we need to now find that consistency, right? It can't be a one and done here either, Twiggy.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed to switch things up and make Ramboot, you know, just a little more cautious about how they were playing. If you let them get too carried away, the confidence will push them all the way to the series win. So ERAH managing to stem the blood flow just in time, but you can see they're being cautious as well.
And again, the approach, like just trying to search and punish any of the duelists that do want to fight. Again, very intrinsic it feels like to Haven in the new days. But this is also the first time I feel like they're simultaneously pressuring Barrage and C-Long with a late Cypher. I see almost good for kind of tapping off those final A rotates. Instead, it's going to keep these players posted up on A. Maybe incorrectly so, because Ramboot haven't quite left. Instead, it's just a redistribution of players outside of long. Might get a Dart, might get a Hunter's Fury to try and just seal the deal and get these duelists a bit deeper. We'll have to see.
Neptune is
30 seconds
a lot
left.
of space by their lonesome right now, and all you can really do is save there and hope that your teammates join you eventually, because taking on that fight by yourself is just going to end in tragedy here for ERAH. It's going to be a full retake for them, and in a sense that did work for them last round, though it was kind of a hybrid between trying to hold them off and trying to retake in the end. Three players are going to be going straight for it. The Hunter's Fury is actually going to catch out plenty. Pitu taken down. Neptune there with a trade there onto Michelle, but they still need to move in towards site. They haven't gained any position off the back of that. Oh, it's a good shot now as well. The sprays come through. Nisha is the only one to find anything, and Ramboot keep them at bay.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned, they're planning, they're concocting this 5v5 retake, and right when they figure out where they want to go, what they want to clear first, it's this insane vulnerability Hunter's Fury combination that comes through. And on top of that, right, you're getting shock darts ablaze, you're getting your own timetable pressured and squeezed, and even if they got out onto site, like we mentioned, Luckyolo was on the flank, right, and got that final kill. So just very complete, not really much challenge there from ERAH, but if there's a challenge anywhere, it's going to be here. Nisha right here, rifle in hand alongside Robs, and the rest with some pretty ultimates like that overdrive. So hit towards A, pressure down C-Long. They're showing initiative, but with your main duelist and that overdrive gone, that is not an opener you wanted.
Yeah, the Viper's Pit was a great idea. just gets rid of a lot of ideas for Ramboot, but if you're losing your kills that quickly, its value is very much hampered because now you're spread even thinner across the map. Of course, you got your Sentinel on one side, you got a Viper's Pit on the other, and you were hoping that you could hole up B with the remaining players, but now they have to bring reinforcements.
I like this though, because of how deep the Killjoy is. That's why there's this 3-strong stack A. They realize, hey, Long is vulnerable. They use Titan at a side try and flip on the Viper, but unfortunately without the weaponry, you still can't hold on. And it's nice actually to fight around their pit and start shutting down a few of these players on site.
Great reveal from Robs does allow that kill to happen through the Viper's Pit. Out comes the Dimensional Drift. The full-on counter to this ultimate here from Viper, but Robs is doing such a good job of keeping them at bay.
Spike
Ace can't find a way in either.
30 seconds.
Nisha just doing the job of holding up the Viper's Pit at this point. That's all that counts for this team. That's all they need. Jabu, though, goes in, brings it down, and suddenly Rob's left with no cover left to deal with. Taken down by Jabu, 1 versus 1. Both of them have ultimates available. Neptune opting not to use it for the time being, but Jabu can bring it out at any time. There's the Neural Theft. Doesn't know where Neptune is, but Neptune has dropped down and isn't able to find the kill. Jabu makes it 6.
Wow, I mean, Jabu able to be the player that finds the Viper, shuts down the pit, and use those cages to pressure forward and chop up what was this beautiful coordination between Robs and the Killjoy as well. They're just trying to take these fights together, and you know, heck of a decision making there. I think to go for the positional advantage over trying to get that gun upgrade off of Rob's body there, and again the Neural Theft comes out, and not much Neptune really can do in that position. So shots in a line. You lose. It was a great eco attempt, I'll give him that, and that's where Draxic is finally like, okay, let's take a breather, let's take a break. It's 1-6. It doesn't matter if this was our pick or not.
Yeah, difficult situation now, of course. Ramboot, you know, when you get to a 4-0 scoreline, it's like, okay, things got away from us, and then they managed to get back into it. They got one round, but then nothing changed. It went right back to normality right after that. They weren't even able to particularly use many ults that round. They got the Viper's Pit down, and then they didn't use anything to work off the back of that. Ramboot were just able to walk their way back through, gain back the advantage. And questions have to be asked now for ERAH. What is the plan?
Yeah. Honestly, again, it's difficult to find an answer because it feels like Ramboot just like everything handled, right? Very encapsulating, very complete there. And again, they're playing it like how this competition should be played, very hard anchoring C. And the few times they've gone C, they've done a good job like that eco round, keeping them out. But it does feel like it's hinged on the ability for Pito to get this early A space, win the first blood, and push them out. And finally, they've done it.
Yeah, that is the Neon play you want. That's what they wanted last round, coming out of Garage there, but didn't work out. Worked very well on the A, just making yourself a difficult target to hit. Lying in wait. Jabu manages to pop the trade in there, and maybe one for free as well. Hunter's Fury comes out to get the trade onto Hyber. Down to 2. A little bit. Oh no, didn't quite reach that far.
Oh, I thought Luckyolo knew and was waiting for the A-Rap. Instead, they feel like they're going to be the victim.
Oh, it could be 2 for 1.
Oh! It is! There we go. Out of the timeout. Down to 1.
Much better from them. Pitu doing an amazing job. I mean, look, does it come off the back of amazing strategy? No, that's to be debated, but Pitu feels a lot more confident in that round, and that's what matters there.
I feel like they were more supported, right? We saw a great paranoia come through, their relay bolt landed, they peek Stoff, go like alone, and this was just really good timing as well, because like we mentioned, the ISO was aware that they could push through, was expecting it as well, but slightly delayed. It benefits them in spades, and yeah, especially after what was a nice Hunter Fury kind of combination to finish off the zero tape. They're just taking this confidence and converting it into multiple rounds at this rate. Keep them coming. And the BM.
In the middle of a fight, yeah, go for it. Why not? Oh my god, Pitu! What the hell are you doing? You can't do that. That's insane. Jabu has to bring it back from a 1v5 now. I don't know what just happened. Pitu felt the hand of God on his shoulder and just went, okay. I can see you through smoke now. That works out. And yeah, he's on for it. He doesn't manage to make it work. Maybe it's an ace the other way. Oh my lord, what is happening? Calm down, everyone. Calm down. It's fine.
I don't know if I can be calm after that. Like, we definitely flipped some sort of switch. I mean, the first kill, okay. Everything after that, like, was so crisp. And through the smoke after the body shooting, saying, yeah, I might have been mid-fight, but I'm just as dialed in. And Jabu returning in kind, saying, if you want to have some action like that, I can respond in kind. And I's the ace, and those players grasped, hadn't been grooved up, might have just stolen the round back and the lead at the half for Ramboot, but I like this. Peter realizing, okay, if I do the same thing 3 times in a row, they're gonna figure it out. So, really bolt, no follow-up. Solo holding A because they look at him working fast.
Tommy just walks up into window, gets it done. Had support, didn't need it. And Ramboot going back to basics. Oh, but Peter is feeling himself now. This is the problem. You let the opposition duelist get their hands warm, and suddenly things can be difficult for you. ERAH, this is exactly what they needed. Just a bit of confidence to bring this one back so it didn't run away from them. But Lukey moves on into B, finds the first, finds the second. Nice just standing around the corner. Lets it happen, and the spike will go down on B.
That was a huge kill to win, right? Because now you have, again, uncertainty about where the Yoru is. You have deep set ISO positioning as well, whether it was A-Link or C-Link. They don't know. They're trying to figure that out. And the round is not done. It's kind of half-by situation. It's looking pretty strong, especially with kill contract back online.
Found them.
What do they do with it? And can they fulfill the job when you get crashed your way into your own death?
Lukey, it's all up to him. Time is ticking down here. Pitu, right around the corner. The smoke drops at the wrong time, and Pitu is just able to hit those shots every time now. Easily enough time to get the defuse done. All is good. ERAH making 4. Oh my god, both of them getting involved. Damn, okay.
A little dance party celebration, you know, to finish off the round. I mean, this was a 6-1 game, and I think I'm seeing the potential of a 6-6 half turnaround here if Pitu keeps aiming like this, and they keep just winning super important engagements. Like, I will say, Lukey definitely made a strong go out of it with that hero rifle. It was just Mikkel couldn't get a weapon. Just unfortunate positioning of that anchor point, and yeah, both just couldn't play off of each other. So, unfortunate in that regard. But if there's a round that you're going to win to solidify yourself to pass this one, right? Weapons, ults, and that's why. Look at ERAH!
Oh, he could go insane again. Sees players back around the corner. Just needs to pick them off one by one now. It's a good little bit of engagement. Pitu's able to find one. Michelle is there with the trade. Tommy gets done though. Oh, and shoots the clone instead of the real Yoru, so it makes it a 3v3. You could have seen something going very wrong there for
I know
Ramboot,
exactly where you are.
And I love this. They don't immediately launch into a C take after that, right? They pause, they take the neural theft out, and they identify where's the best place to go. They don't just expect the stock standard, right? Okay, oh, they fought down C-Long, there's not going to be anybody here, because there was actually 2. But this was the other side of the plan, right? ERAH, solo Killjoy A, the lockdown for the retake, and it's going to be a square and fair 3-on-3, but Juba doesn't play fair. Look at the wrap in the making through B. Pass the alarm ball, pass everything here.
Yeah, Michelle's changed the position of the smoke there, and it's just going to look for the kill before they get in. Jabu gets the lockdown destroyed in time, but I don't think Michelle really cared about that in the end. Was just going to get the kill and get locked down if he gets the lockdown. It works out even better. Bring it to a 2v2, yeah, with players on either side is so much more difficult. ERAH now feeling pressure. Snakebite goes down. Try and stop Case from getting in. Does not happen. Nisha able to take down that flanker. Time though, they need to get this defuse going. Needs to stick it at some point. Nisha playing bodyguard, needs to get it done. The spray down, oh, that's one. Half is done, but the time, there's none left. Can Robs get it? Yeah, it's absolutely okay, I think. Oh, it's fine. Less than a second. That really came down to the wire.
Yeah, just under a second, right? I think there was just some mild, jogging that came out of Juba to correct the timing there, and that's when they realized that, hey, there might be somebody behind us, and but did some good addition, I feel like, to the time draw. It just wasn't enough here, and yeah, the lockdown getting destroyed was great. That also, I think, was a giveaway just a bit as to what was happening, but wow, if KRC, I don't even think we expected to see playing today, we should comment, for Ramboot was able to get that done, and it would have been that ever important round, but they also use the ult. They don't have no foul, but they're running this back.
Oh my god, he's back on it. Takes down every player in front of him. Unfortunately, there's a player behind him in Michelle. who, welcome back, who has not really been able to awaken in this game so far. I think mostly due to Pitu just taking a lot of those engagements for himself. But still being a thorn in the side here of ERAH. Every round is getting so messy between these two teams. Having to go pick up the spike now, but getting followed, stalked by Neptune. Pace by pace, doesn't want to walk into the cage just in case, giving away the sound cue.
I have retrieved the spike.
I was so hoping the camera would get tapped and they would see the Killjoy and know that they should leave, but now creeping up, washed across towards A or B here. Waiting for that possibility here. It's just this is two Sentinels mind linking. Yeah. And I think eventually they might head back towards C, right? Check the cam, see no one is there, no one is home, and it's up to Neptune, right? Do you reroute garage? Do you break the trip and flank? And honestly, that puts
30
Java in a
seconds
great
left.
position minus the HP deficit.
3 options to pick from here for our Killjoy, and that makes life a bit difficult. Checking out B, completely clear. Heading back towards C is the correct option here for Neptune, but a little bit too late. The spike will go down in the end, and unless you accelerate here, it's not going to be the easiest thing. Jabu right around the corner. The cage is well placed, but he's not ready for Neptune to be lying in wait just there. Somehow, this has turned into a 6-6 half.
Yeah, it's almost like I willed it into existence when I mentioned it 2 rounds ago. I mean, it got shaky, right? 2 1v1s at the end of the day, right? And I can't believe that they got away with this plan again, right? They're like, oh, they still have the ultimates, it's still the same ISO and Yoru setup. And while the dimensional drift was great for getting it back to this 2v2, it was, just Robs. And crazy here. Even had kind of a little spidey sense tingling that they could be in CT, just a little too late. And Jabu just gambled incorrectly. Didn't use that cam as much as I was hoping for, right? They might have spotted out the Killjoy before the plant and would have not gone for the gamble, reroute through long. But all in all, right about home about it later. You've got a second half to play, a pistol to win to assert dominance and get that lead after 5 in a row were won by ERAH.
Wow, completely different story as we start up the second half than we thought we were going to be having here. I honestly thought we were going to be having a conversation about if ERAH could get their second round, let alone looking at a 6-6, but things are back on the board for ERAH. They can actually get this done. Again, this is Ramboot's map pick, of course. And considering how
Camera
good
taken
ERAH
out.
looked on Corrode against BBL, it's a world in which, if ERAH managed to take this one away, we could have things go very quickly from there on out.
If we see split, that would be a treat. I mean, one team having 1 loss, one team never playing it this event. It would just but for now, gotta get to the opening credits. And Hyber, great opening kill. Now they pressure through short as well. Not able to make the great escape, but they got enough time to rotate through before the might be able to get popped, and Neptune uses that as a further opportunity.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kiz going for that pick. Didn't quite work out. Left on his lonesome. Good shot from Michelle. 1 tap there brings it to a 2v3. All players left to deal with around site. Pitu isn't going to let that one get away, and unfortunately, Michelle, the mountain too steep to deal with. ERAH take the pistol round this time, and for Ramboot, first time they have been at a deficit in this map so far.
Clean.
Huge turnaround, and it does if Hyber wasn't as supported, couldn't get out of dodge in time, and Neptune there, I mean, getting those 2 kills is crazy, and had a great setup here with Jabu, but Pitu winning that fight just sets up a very difficult 1v3, and keeps the stable, gets a double bulldog buy, and this kind of buy with a few extra, I was going to say, pistols in hand, bonus conversion potential, but I think they can win it first. Jabu. Watch out! Deciding it might be better to tuck corner, get out of the way if you can. Stun Paranoia coming through. They've somehow gotten out of dodge.
Pitu has chosen not to buy up a weapon on this one, sticking with the Sheriff from the pistol round
planted.
Here. Probably looking to buy up into a significantly more substantial gun. I don't know which exactly. I can imagine. Pitu finds one, taken out in the end. Spraying down with the bulldog, and that should be all she wrote for this round. Oh! Check the corner.
Oh.
Michelle.
I thought they TP'd out for a second.
Yeah. Hold on. How's this happening? One for free? One for free. Just take it. Take it. You don't... Greedy. 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 Getting greedy. Getting greedy at this point, Michelle.
Ninja defuse
You need to do something. No, please, 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 please. No, 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 no. Oh my god, it's happening. It's happening. Wait, wait, wait. No, no. You've already run out of time. You've already run out of time, Michelle. Oh. I mean...
And you lose the
valiant
fight shot, and they keep the bulldog. Oh.
Imagine. He leaves the corner right as Sova gets around there. Could
That
have
was
done
so
it.
promising. It was so
Could've.
promising. That would have been like Project Blender highlight reel, like best moment.
That would have been, yeah. That one's gonna get TikToked forever.
Exactly.
It's not the knife, no.
But at least I feel like that alternative is a little bit better than like missing on the last person and then they just immediately kill you. A
I
little
was
less
gonna
embarrassing.
say, yeah. That's like once you let 3 get past with a classic,
Yeah.
it's like something could go very wrong here. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the worst is you lose the second round, which was expected anyways on an eco. Weapons now in hand. You don't wanna lose in similar sporadic fashion to ERAH's first half, so see what the stability looks like, and it's almost gonna come out of here. See.
Cover going out.
Makes contact, communicates it to the team, and once again it is gonna be Cypher. This corner being tested. Based on the art might be enough to set him up for success here.
Spike down. C.
We're able to get 2 out of there, almost finding a second, and aim labsing there is Lukey. Doesn't manage to get that final kill, but the damage has been done. It's because Neptune left, Spike still left to pick up.
Out.
Oh, that alarm bot will do a lot of work. Just telling you where to look, but Ramboot managed to convert their gun round, and we're back to normality just about, but I mean, so many rounds in a row for ERAH just there. It's got to be difficult to get yourself picked up from that.
The mental hole you're probably finding yourself in, but winning rounds in this fashion, right? Like having a nice laugh, right, from the Yoru and through players walking by to a nice anchor there from Jabu. I will say it was a little expensive, right, losing 3 rifles there. But again, I think that was kind of a measured, feels like expense on their part, right? We saw again Kerosene bait, so Jabu could succeed, etc. But I think they've done enough work to see that they're expecting this A hit. And
There they are.
the paranoia comes in late, and it's cost Michelle their life.
Yeah, Pitu again getting that first blood. Tommy able to find one.
Spike down.
He's
A.
round from behind,
One
finds
enemy
3
remaining.
quick headshots, and suddenly the round's gone completely on its head.
Cover going out.
And Ramboot looking to find a second in the half. Just get back into that position where they're on level
Spike.
terms with ERAH. Spike well in their control. Neptune. I mean, put in another situation where you have to clutch out, and at a certain point, you're going to your team. Why are you putting me in this position so often?
It's called a Sentinel Syndrome.
Yeah, true.
Being the last alive for pieces of your teammate, and now you don't even have the visibility to do so. So literally,
I got the spike.
floating in the darkness, and yeah, they found it. The spike, the grand escape.
It's
I would maybe
worked out.
pause and try to sneak a quick one away, but
That's a free
it's
plant.
just-
Oh,
Yeah.
well, they're off fast, but they will get the plant. That's fine. Heading to C in the end.
30
seconds
seconds left
left.
to get there.
Yeah, oh,
Oh,
or a
are
fake.
we
Oh,
sure
hold on. Big brain plays here, although Ramboot just verified that it is not, in fact, C. So, well, at least they're confused now. That neural theft meant nothing in the end, and A is going to be where they end up. Hold on. I mean,
10
kinda
seconds
worked
left.
out really well.
Spike
It's still
planted.
holding off 3 players. Not going to be easy whatsoever, but I could see a universe in which Neptune is able to make it work this time around. It's been one hell of an effort already, checking every single angle, but I think you can hear the amount of footsteps coming out of CT at this point. First target is coming around the corner. There's the first, but the 3-2-1 from Lukey and Jabu finish it off, and Ramboot, while they let it slip
Defuse
away
the
from
spike.
them in the mid-round there, are able to close it out.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned them looking like they're having fun, and I think Jabu was the prime definition of that in the moment. Jumping around corners, just trying to get confirmation on where the Killjoy was gonna play this 1v3 from, but yeah, went on a little world tour to take a breather, and now it'll be back to the action, but yeah, this start was crazy, right? Like, one of your big duelists, Kyle, who kind of opened up the half for you, getting shut down, and it's your omen, right, to really pick up the pieces and keep it stable there with the multi-kill of Zone. Very, very impressive to tie us up 8-8 here. Money not on ERAH's side either, so we'll be looking towards Pity once again, when maybe with this overdrive to have a statement round, but otherwise I see other plans. I'm saying maybe like a kill contract with this grass scaling. This is dangerous on an eco round to attempt.
Coming on out with the ult, finds the first onto Luki. Moving on up into B as well. Free gun. Gets out of there. Ult was valuable in the end. Jabu holding down Garage. Yeah, I mean, just letting us know there, I think, Pitu, that they're aware of exactly what is going on. Oh, but
Spike
Shao
down,
comes from
mid.
behind and disrupts a little bit, giving Hayes a nice position. Jabu takes full advantage of that, and Ramboot are playing the confusion game. In comes Hyber. Every single angle that could be peaked from Ramboot has been.
Just the push and pull. In a 1v2, and I mean, they identify the 1v1, but Hyber wins it outright. And yeah, I think I've consistently been impressed just the dynamic between like Keresi and Jabu, right? Like, we've seen it on the C side, now we've seen it in Garage, right? They're just playing off each other's contact perfectly and baiting out ERAH each and every time. And after Pitu, again with that overdrive, did what we asked, right? Gave them that opening. They just kind of got indecisive, right? They had 3 kills at one point, and the spike kind of in their grasp, and just never regrouped, never kind of followed through on the space gained, and lose the eco attempt as a result. Now Ramboot have weapons and the ults, and if you lose this, you're basically giving them 11. So this is a dangerous, dangerous round.
Michelle gets aggressive on it. It's going to cause problems here. You can see Neptune has been pulled away from the duties of holding the flank to have to check mid off the back of that. But Michelle's given up the position immediately, content to just let ERAH sweat on that one. They still have 3 ults available, and a lot of them are going to be really useful for a retake too, so they're probably
so
more than happy
primed
to soak up pressure.
I mean, look, they even have a Cypher trip on the A side. Like, the idea is, okay, live by the side, die by the side A, play full retake C off the Cypher cam, right? You'll have Hunter Sphere, you have the kill contract, you'll have the works for it, and it feels like ERAH are falling for it hook, line, and sinker, right?
My camera is
early turret destroy, right? That early pressure was kind of pulling them away from that A like they were primed for, and I mean, that kill is huge from Neptune. And Mikkel also just not waiting for the rest of the players, so now they have to play down the 3v4, and they're still committing the ult.
Yeah, I figured he could get out of dodge with the teleport there, but it just doesn't work out in time. Tommy holding down Garage now, and Luki checks the corner. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Uh-oh. Suddenly, that Hunter's Fury is looking like a not very good investment. Yeah. Hyber going to have to move in, try and clear this one with the weaponry instead. KSC with a good shot to start things off. Hyber lining up the rest of the members, and while the post-plant positions are good for ERAH, you can see them getting displaced now. Somebody has to take on the job of clearing them out of this hole here, and oh, Robs will just spray them down in the end. ERAH with a great late round to close that one out.
I was looking promising off of Hyber for a little while, but then you realize, oh, the Killjoy and the Sova are offside, right? The post-plant menaces with a Hunter's Fury online, and since you can't get down long fast enough, and they also had some really great timing off the late Rob's recon there to get additional chip damage, right? It just kind of slipped from the realm of possibility, even though, again, they played around each other very, very well there in that 2v4 situation, but said it was a round that ERAH really had to win, so they deliver. They've even shut down the money flow for Ramboot finally, too.
Shot to Hyber, lining him up 3 in a row before he's able to be taken down by Robs, but not before taking plenty of damage. Yeah, well, Robs gets the second, and ult's available. I mean, if you get the spike down, and a Hunter's Fury, okay, just a Hunter's Fury, never mind. No, nothing at all. Ramboot making it 10 in the end, off the back of hero play by Hyber.
Yeah, Hyber was like, I think just a little salty that he didn't finish the job in, I think it's the 2v4 last round, and took that personally to the ERAH players. Rob's finally delivering the Sova diff here, but Luki, that's a difficult position. I feel like the Viper's utility has been on point as well for ERAH, just consistent nuisance, right? Just an additional amount of pressure you can't escape from, but yeah, we can't understate how successful that round was, right? Sheriffs and a hero rifle convert. Now even have the operator and the ults online, but ERAH's not going down quietly, right? They have ult. They have another kind of eco attempt coming through with Kudu again going dashing across A long, but been their start and then they leave every time.
Loki not able to hit the shot onto Tommy, but gets good information down there on mid. Gonna back around and go head through garage for what could be a C split. They have no kid at this point.
Cage trigger.
Pretty much just held down by Cypher utility. Jabu, however, is there this time, holding it himself with the weaponry. Luki on the other side of the map, finding Nisha on the flank, and that means they can commit everything here to the C retake.
Yeah, I mean, just the time to delay it.
One enemy remaining.
Minefield. These players to get here, even if Rob did open up the site by shutting down the central. It doesn't matter unless he can finish off all four, and only taking one more down on the round with him. And I liked how Ramboot did invest that kill contract, right? Just trying to not let this eco slip through the cracks, because honestly, after we saw both teams get, 5 in a row-ish, you're looking for consistency more than anything here, right? You can't let these really important swing rounds slip through, because that's what's going to send us towards an overtime, right? Or maybe even losing your map pick. So looking stable. They're looking a little bit more put together here in terms of the retake ideas once they actually lose control of a site, and that's where we have to look towards ERAH to put their foot down.
Yeah, still very much within the range to be able to bring this back, as Michelle misses the shot, gets just enough time to get out of dodge. Thankfully, Pitu not hitting the headshot immediately. Recon is not going to disturb Hyber, but he's not able to hit the shot either. Trying to avoid the Hunter's Fury as the whole of ERAH now just being sprayed down. Sorry, the HUD has switched. It's Ramboot on the defense. But either way, yeah.
That's difficult. Hybrid had full trust in Kai to break that dart. It doesn't happen, and now it feels like when they're refighting off that dark cover, it's been red to a T.
You should run.
By ERAH.
Luki spraying down. He's gonna have to leave. Everyone here just trying to get out of dodge now. It's gonna have to be a retake, and definitely not in their advantage either. Pitu moves on through, does a lot of damage to Luki as well. One will go down.
Spike planted.
Luki taken out. That's definitely going to be a save. Michelle does not want to give up that operator this late in the game. It does make it 11-10.
Again, we're gonna make it a close affair there. Honestly, like, they kept them off the A site, and then it was that decision to fight back into long that kind of nipped them in the butt just a little bit. It just the sprays through the smoke connect, and you lose a important player like that Omen. Forced to save here. Not quite sure how I'm feeling about this operator just yet, unless we see it get some first bloods online. But
Yeah.
it's 11-10. I'm not sure if the other players have money to also bring to the table for an investment, but they have the ults too. Again, we're entering. I mentioned like, oh, finally putting the ult position away, like winning these consistent rounds here, and that would have been like the final like deal, right? It would have been 12, and ERAH wouldn't have had any cash. But now we're back into, okay, this is anybody's game. Whoever wins this round is favored.
Is difficult right now for Michelle to hit Pitu. Very, very good with the movement there on Neon, and that's just making the job incredibly tough in getting those opening kills. Michelle looking for something through mid, but just takes out the turret instead. And for Ramboot, plenty of ults need to be used in order to not let this one slip away, because if ERAH do manage to bring this one back and take the map, for Ramboot, pinning all of your hopes on, a map where you dropped 10 rounds to a 0-3 team is a little
Spike
scary.
down mid.
And honestly, I was super nervous. ERAH changed how they started the early round and really caught Ramboot off guard, but the mid frag, the mid reclear with the Hunter's Fury looked good at first. It gets them at least an advantage on the 4v3. And look at how deep Cypher is as well. So they flip through garage. You're going to run into Cypher utility. And Jabu will know exactly how to frame their fight. And with Cam destroyed, that feels like the likely occurrence towards this late round with just over 30 seconds to go.
Here.
Jumping the tripwires to get
30
into
seconds
towards
They're
left.
C.
wrapping? Oh, I just wish they stayed long.
Yeah, that would have been
Welcome to
useful
my
for them.
world.
Viper's pick goes out. That could be
Spike planted.
incredibly instrumental here for ERAH in turning this into an 11-11, and Shorty is held by a couple of those players as well. Jabu finds the first. Robs is going to peek on this one, gets taken out. Oh, Jabu, I don't know why they peeked into him, but the 1-2 should have worked there. It did not at all.
Yeah, like, I see both sides of that. It's like, okay, let's take care of this nap before it multiplies into a bigger issue later on, but... and honestly, I will say, Robs...
If you're going to do that.
Yeah, Robs is usually the one to win those, too.
Match point.
So, finally they don't, and in a really pivotal round, too, with map point going to Ramboot now. I mean, that was a beautiful double kill that opened up the round off the duelists and sent on the foes that you really can't ask more of a team effort. And like you mentioned with the Viper's pick going down as well, final timeout gets called for ERAH. Again, I really like the start of that. If you notice, they didn't do the normal A pressure that they've been doing. They kept it quiet, even caused an over-rotation from Ramboot, but in doing so, they were exactly where they needed to be when they went for that refight outside of grass. So, overcooked just a little bit. So maybe Drazix will have a nice plan just to get this round through off the overdrive, try and push them towards that overtime, because... Again, it doesn't feel like there's anything like majorly wrong, like fundamentally at the moment. It's just small mistakes, like that one we just saw a double swing out of the Viper's pit that might cost them this map.
Still hanging in the balance here. ERAH can bring this one back. I'm sure they're aware of that, very aware of that. And of course, when your chances of staying in the tournament are on the line, you can't just let a map slip away from you, even if it is the opponent's map pick, even if you're not favored to win it. Fighting tooth and nail for everything here. Yeah, that's a good point.
There you know. But yeah, not as much experience, not as many reps as Ramboot. There's also, I mean, obviously both have experimented with the blender draft, but you might have forgotten about it, the best of ones that kicked off this phase. But oof. Doubted the operator before, it's back. Looking for first blood outside of A, and unfortunately the main pressure is through short, but with no duelist this time. I am surprised to see Ramboot also commanding a few of the rotations over, and in the meantime it's the Neon, it's the Owl drone sneaking up Mirage, and Lukey going for the re-clear here. Yeah, turret. The Killjoy Neptune should be able to get the Robin.
Spike down
Really
mid.
late.
Cage trigger.
Yeah, it's a good trade in the end that brings it to a 3v3. Neural
I got
Theft
the
comes
spike.
out. I mean, either way, they were going to be going towards the spike, so it's not surprising where they are headed now. Jabu on very low HP is going to be taken down immediately by Nisha, and they can get the spike down here. They're going to have players to deal with on either side, and ults for both of them as well will just make life a little more difficult here for ERAH. They don't want to commit to a plant until they have a bit of information. They're looking for something. This could be very, very bad for Neptune. He gets taken out by
Spike down,
Michelle
C.
from that flank position. This could be the time here for the secondary player to move in, but they're just going to let ERAH sweat once again. Tommy, spike in hand,
30 seconds
wants
left.
to relocate, does not want to be anywhere near this operator.
The issue is they don't know where K is, so they can't just
Yeah.
from the shadows to the A side all willy-nilly. If that gets broken, you're stuck in the C position pinched. That's where the smoke comes through. Instead, the reposition, try and push the spike down with 13 seconds to go, but Michelle pulls out
10
the ult. We'll
seconds
see if
left.
they can maybe guide the lucky
Spike
cross.
planted.
No, they're not close enough.
It grabs the Vandal though, and that's going to pay dividends here at close range. Brilliant flash as well, and Ramboot will close out the first map 13-10 off the back of a brilliant dimensional drift from Michelle. Pitu gave them some problems,
Defenders
but
win.
not enough for them to lose it.
Yeah, I mean, trading guns and letting the paranoia set you up as well, where Kay was previously unknown, like, that was a really, really nice way to answer back after, I mean, we went from a 6-1 to a 6-6 to you losing the half, right? Like, a little absurd of a map, probably not what any of us were expecting, but Ramboot take their pick nonetheless here, setting themselves up before Corrode for success here again. Mentioned they do not want to see split for both blender draft implications and just an experience on that map when elimination is on the line.
Yeah, of course, when it comes to Corrode, ERAH, it is their map pick. They did lose 13-3 to Vitality on that map 2 days ago, though, and the win on the side of Ramboot. It came against Carmine Core GC 13-10. So both of these teams have a rep on this map. I wouldn't say either of them have run into. Well, I mean, was it a real game for ERAH if they only played it for 16 rounds? That's up for debate.
I mean, okay, ERAH's most played map across Phase 2 and Phase 3, right? 5 times 3 and 2. On the flip side for Ramboot is a coin toss, right? 1 and 1. And one of those, like you mentioned, he's up against KC, which they challenged, right? Because they were the top seed of their group coming in. They got to pick their opponents, and they bested them in probably a closer to a match than I think a lot of people would have predicted, which is nice to see. But yeah, looking back at this map, the double duelist, which they play every map, by the way. This is not just going to be a Haven occurrence. I'm excited to see what flavor of it they go for on Corrode, especially when you think about the Yoru being banned. That means we likely are going to see the Phoenix. That's the other thing that we have seen kind of play when the Blender draft shakes things up. The highest level of performance in the server is a little bit crazy, but jumping into the action, we get to see now the implications of the Blender draft. We talked about it a little bit. The only one really affecting either of these two teams is that Omen. And you were saying the Astra, which I also can see. I was maybe hoping for a Clove pick here or there, but it does seem to be the standard. But we do get something to spice things up, as promised. Here it is, signed and delivered, just on the dotted line for me, Twiggy. the Phoenix here for Lukey alongside that Waylay. But on the other side of things, them bringing out also the Phoenix is a change for Nisha too.
Yeah, I'm liking seeing more teams picking up the Phoenix here on Corrode. There was a brief stint where Haven was the map where Phoenix was being picked, and then Pearl, and now, yeah, we're moving on to Corrode where Phoenix is starting to become the meta. I'm liking it. He's getting his place on every map so far. And Viper, also available here for Ramboot, and they're going to make full use of that one with the double controller composition. ERAH kind of used up all of the useful controllers there on map 1, and so leave themselves with basically Astra unless they want to bring out a Brimstone.
I had an epiphany. I had epiphany as to why this is the composition for ERAH here. This is ERAH's pick, so this is the composition that's going to be banned on Split.
Yeah. And
a Viper is so important on Split, especially if you can't have the Astra. So they were running, right, beforehand a Viper, Fade, Waylay, KO, and an Omen. And so that's exactly why Nisha's not on the Viper here. Or Neptune isn't. Like, that is 100% why they made this change, I would assume. That, or kind of like you mentioned, they kind of got slapped around a little bit by Vitality and want a little bit more confident of a look in the form of both the Chamber and a double duelist. So I'm not against it at all.
Yeah, unfortunately they did not run into Vitality first before they had warmed up. The one map we saw against Eternal Fire was a little difficult for Vitality, and then they just kind of started steamrolling everybody that they played against. So unfortunately they faced the wrong Vitality here on Corrode. A 13-3 result is never anything you can really learn from. So yeah, might just be time to change things up. The Chamber does come out for them as well, so definitely a high firepower composition for them.
And honestly, I think it fits Neptune if you think about it. I'm not throwing shade as a fellow Sentinel player, but right, they were very engagement heavy, and that left some gaps on the flank sometimes, right, that we saw get exploited by Ramboot. So I think it's going to be a nice switch up for them in particular, because they work on a lot of those kills, so it'll look good. But for the time being, Jabu, Cypher versus Viper, doesn't matter. They're still going to be anchoring these sites, just a little more personal there. Snake bite off the Viper's wall, and disrespect shown by this double duelist fake out, because look, they're trying to go ace still.
Jabu takes out the clone, but yeah, they are getting Ramboot quite aggressively. Yeah, they are going to head on over towards that one. I don't think KSC is taking up too much of a problem here, but the crossfire is brilliant actually, and they run directly into the Ramboot side. KSC
spike down
finishing things off. 3 already. Might just be all she wrote for this round. Right off the bat here, Nisha picks up the spike and they're going for it again, but it's good distraction from Michelle. They still haven't cleared out this position. They're going to have to leave.
And I like this, right? As soon as one crossfire falls, you get the rotation, and Jabu is there to pick it up as well. So KRSA's never left unsupported, and like you mentioned, that forces the hand of the double duelist, who, by the way, started B,
30
had to
seconds
get
left.
to A lane, pick up the spike, and is now headed back to B.
Yeah.
And I think Java's going to beat them on the timing as well, and I'm hoping and I believe so that that wall is still down, so they should have maximum toxins to hold on just a little bit longer, since the Yoru is a bit lower on HP, and it does make it feel like the Phoenix, right, is going to pick up a lot of this slack here from
10
Nightshade.
seconds left.
Of course, they had to start running on that one. Not a lot of time to deal with, and Jabu just hasn't made his presence known just yet. He's going to be able to deny the plant. No, he's just going to let it go down. He gets traded out in the end, but Kenzie is there. Pitu got a second one as well, by the way, so that could have been a little scary for Ramboot. They certainly took their time in not denying the plant, but that's absolutely okay. A little time to contemplate there, but a 4K is definitely a good way to start off on
We
that.
defend this
I think they were
reality.
definitely worried about where the second player was, and yeah, speaking on that 4K being a great place to start, I think they took their Pi watch to heart. I got that pointed out by Chad from the last map, so not on the table anymore for the entire map. They have answered in kind by solo anchoring A basically until these perpetual crossfires got set up that looked really nice around yard. And here, I think that timing was just them worried about what angle maybe Pity was holding, but oh no, it's a pistol round once again, a first pistol round, I should say, to Ramboot, much like what happened over on Haven. How many do they get this time? All right, give me a number, Twiggy, before Eric get around.
Three.
Three? All right.
Yeah.
So they win the bonus, but then not the eco after. Got it.
Yes, that's my. I didn't think before I said a number. That was just.
No, you're
I don't
making
tend
good
to.
story
be
writing. What do
honest.
you
Yeah,
mean? That
I
would be
like the idea
impressive.
of it. That's all. Okay. Well, nice.
Hey, they got their first round on Haven on Nico, okay?
It's true, actually. It's very true. That's the thing, though. I do think that when they're, I'm retroactively justifying it. I think when they, when their backs are up against the wall with a composition like this that's so heavy on the aggression, maybe an eco will be what they need, the push they need to,
Yeah.
to get things going. We'll see.
Slowing them down. Gonna fall back down.
For the time being, Michelle, firing range for. The reverse goes directly back to where he was standing before, though.
One enemy remains.
Yeah, relatively simple cleanup for Ramboot in the end, but yeah, no, that was a little awkward in the mid round.
Yeah, I was about to hype up the chamber pick, right? Because that supports your agenda of, oh, eco round menaces, and then suddenly, yeah, Michelle comes just barreling through the wall off the hinder, very nicely down there, and Ibra as well, the final layer of support. This flash not going deep enough.
Yeah.
All
It's difficult, it's
yeah,
difficult.
We can't blame Nisha. When's the last time they played Viper? I should go actually check that.
Yeah, look, hey.
Or sorry, they played Phoenix.
The Phoenix,
you know,
yeah,
like,
no,
Viper.
the Phoenix flash is difficult, man.
I'm
It is.
seeing never. I'm seeing never on VLR. This is their
Okay,
first
well
official
there you
Phoenix
go.
game.
You can go figure out the reach on that one first. We're seeing somebody learn an agent in real time here. In fact, you know, nothing happens outside of officials, so this is the first time they've ever played that.
Ever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's looking like I'm going to hit wrong.
Toxin screen down.
Hold. Maybe not.
Don't know yet.
ERAH managing to get 2 opening picks. The trade is there in mid, and that'll be a free weapon as well. Weapon upgrade, I should say, for Ramboot.
I don't like how spread out Ramboot is here. There could be a timing maybe from
My
Jabu that'll make
lord,
me a liar,
Jabu, where
but
are you going?
yeah, that's my
Toxin
concern,
screen
right?
down.
Like,
Oh wait. Oh,
and
Pitu
now
is
you're
lying.
down. Yeah,
in the
now
way.
you're down to a 2v4.
Could have been better. Could have been. But okay, you need to decide where you're going at some point. ERAH, they've turned around 3 times in a row here.
no.
Lukey has got the spike, and that wall is actually brilliant to keep him alive. But yeah, he loses the spike for it, but he can, at the very least. Oh no, that's not your hot hands. That's the other team's hot hands. Gonna have to get away from there, but still, it's a valuable pick. Look,
enemy
your gun
remaining.
out, please.
30 seconds left.
Hey, I mean, the back and forth indecision helped ERAH get them some nice, surprising positionings, to say the least, right? If
Yeah.
you don't know where you're going, the opponent doesn't know where you're going. But hey, end up with a plant
planted.
here on that B side. They're trying to dispel your prophecy with a 1v3 attempt here. Needed
Yeah.
to keep that future reality alive from KRC. He's on the flank, and only one player holding it, so there's a little to win that first engagement, and unfortunately robs. Again, the player not afraid to take aim duels in those sort of situations, wins it outright, gets ERAH on the board in pretty stock standard fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. They played that all basically just contact play
Yeah.
walking up, getting kills, and that is what is going to favor them over the course of this map. You look at their composition, that's the only thing that they're going to be able to rely on, right? It's all self-sufficient duelists. You're always just going to be walking up and grabbing kills, right? Chamber is going to be so useful in that regard, and obviously the self-flashing duelists are there to serve themselves. So there's no other way to play this, I don't think, on the attack for ERAH, and it's worked out for them once again. Walk in, just grab a kill, and then you can make your way over onto one site if you manage to get one more. Yeah, there it is from Robs. Taking out Hyber, Neptune in mid, onto Jabu as well, and suddenly for Ramboot, this investment into this round isn't working out for them.
Yeah. Is it too early to say? I feel like Ramboot's overfighting. Like, now
they're going to come to you eventually. I don't think they need to get that aggressive. I think you're right, yeah.
I think that needs to be the switch up that we're going to see. Right, like a second round, like when you have the better weapons, understandable. Take the mid-space fight like they did. But every round after that, they've done it, and it's been red challenge just handled with grace and ease out of ERAH. And that's the difficulty here, is I think they just need to wait it out, right? Even double duelist, yeah, they're good at making early contact, taking first bloods, but they're also really good at retakes. So we'll see if they can do that here. Not really much to work off in the gun department. Jabu still anchored towards B, away from the stack. Only one with a weapon to even write home about, that Guardian active. But it's ERAH with the ults, right? That they're going to use to try and set up this A split and maybe even unearth the gamble stack.
You're dead!
Moving on through, unbothered by the rest of the Ramboot side. Neptune finds one, Pit the second, basically clearing out sight at this point. Still playing around, his clone gets the first, ult used as well. Just going to try and get a little more off that, taken down, but it brings it to a 2v2 at least, and Hyber has picked up a Vandal. Wow, for ERAH, things have fallen away from them incredibly quickly. Hyber cuts his losses and, well, cuts his wins, I guess. When the fun stops, gets out of there. Spike still in the hands of Robs, but really not sure what to do with it.
I mean, they know Robs likes to fight, so just trying to prevent that 1v1, trying to go for the regroup here so they can take the 2v1, and they're correct, right? Robs, plant will confirm it. See what util they have left, but this is all thanks to that beautiful way layout setup. And they finish it.
Oh no, they cannot! My lord, from Robs just lines them up and sprays them down, and for ERAH, it's not a round they should have won in the end there, but they'll be thankful that they did.
Ew. I mean, I said Robs likes to fight, but in that fashion, especially after Michelle kind of gave them this gift with the sideboard and allowed them that time to collect these weapons, that is 5 bullets in the chamber, by the way. 2 targets, a 3 kill, and 3 rounds in the lead now for ERAH. It did take, again, a handful of ultimates here.
You want to play? Let's play.
Hard in check, but Neptune has not lost a mid-fight since the second round.
Oof, and again.
They're overfighting!
Yeah, getting very aggressive. I mean, Lukey just died at bottom of mid. That's, if anything, a testament to it. And it just gets worse and worse here for Ramboot. Of course, gaining themselves 2 rounds means that it's not the end of the world that they're losing these, but still, can't be giving away rounds for free here against ERAH. Don't want to get yourself into a position where you have to fight for that final map.
And I'm okay if they keep fighting forward. I need them to change the way in which they are doing it, which they have not. Right? It's still this kind of mid-send, it's still these solo peaks, right? If they want to have like a nice dash play like they tried last time on B-Main,
Last player standing.
for now,
Spike down.
instead they
A.
contact into the solo player once again. There, see. First, at least the spike is A side, so you get a little bit more proactive of a rotate out of Hyber, but a 1v3 with a Tour de Force online. Does have a full kit of util. I just don't know.
Yeah, very difficult situation. I mean,
Flash
Hyber
off.
has really been very good this series so far, but it's a little bit too steep of a hill to climb, and ERAH get their 4th. That was quite handily in their favor as well. And
See, they're just waiting.
I think that's the play from Hyber. That's the play you need. This is a good position from KSC. The crossfire worked earlier. Keep that going, and then keep Hyber at the back of the site over there. And it's working because they're walking in towards you.
Yeah, all of the multi-kills that we've seen, the most success has been holding these angles on yard or on B site, right? Or even look at like the one round where like they get the spike plant right as it's going down from Jabu, right? Like, yeah, they're still fighting mid! I mean, okay, this round I maybe can justify it because it's Nico and you have to run it back, but I'll wait until we see where the first blood lands to call it.
Yeah. It seems like they're staying back a little further than before, which is positive in my eyes, but need to resist the temptation to walk forward, which I can see you doing over there in mid.
And KRC too, over towards A main. This outlaw, I believe, on the other side. Be a deadly weight over to the A side and rally the troops. Same with Diff. Sheldon falls mid. Oh, they're going for the refight here. No, Twiggy.
Oh wait.
Don't listen to the devil on their shoulder. Don't do it.
Yeah. Loki backs up eventually. Unfortunately, ERAH didn't push into them too hard this time. But you can see that ERAH are slowing down so much from what they could potentially do with this composition, because they've seen that they don't need to aggress. Ramboot is giving them the engagement. That's fine. Now they do need to make a move happen, because Ramboot haven't given them anything.
Left.
But yeah, the run it back could very much be a team heading towards the other side of the site. Fortunately, all Nisha gets is the other run it back, but it's the positioning of the Ramboot players that is going to be the problem here, because Jabu and Hyber are taken down, and suddenly the B site is entirely free.
Planted.
Jabu realized, but it was a little bit too late, right? A little disconnected from Hyber there, and the players again overcommitting the ult towards the A side. This was just a pure outplay from ERAH.
Last
They
player
finally did what we
standing.
asked in terms of playing back, but they just lost too many players because of the space they gave up. So we want to see everything they just did, but don't rotate as readily.
Do it again.
Yeah, but better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Who cares? He just trying to survive at this rate. Maybe play for a cheeky kill here or there, but not expecting this to go too far. Yeah, Rob's at the helm. What are they at KDA-wise at this rate? I mean, Clutch is left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So many multi-kills, right? Like, let's see it.
Did you ever have a bop hit back in the day as
I
a
did.
kid? Yeah. Our one had a voice line when you failed that was it was in this exact voice. Do it the same, but better. And that's exactly how I feel about this. It's exactly how I feel.
Run the bopper round back. Let's see it. New high score, right? All right. I'm surprised we also haven't seen a Ramboot timeout yet, but again, a little half-buy situation. Another early down fight. They did do this last round, though, and then they kind of fell back after, right? So, or they lied in wait. So it's okay. It's like a different flavor of it. So the difficulty here, though, is they can't really hard anchor these sides, right? Like, look at the Yuta. Look at the flush potential. That drop was obliterated.
Oh, yes, Lukey. 1 and 2. Nisha had the flash out. It does, in the end, catch him. Cassie taken out 2. Lukey has to catch up to the head, but Neptune turns around the corner just in time. I mean, Lukey has done a lot of hard work here, but maybe not quite enough, yeah.
Oh, it sucks that they pulled out the flash. If they kept, the few bullets in the Guardian. Just finding one more player, this would have been so much easier. But now the Outlaw's upgraded to a Vandal for Neptune. Oh, Jabu, this timing, this awareness, they realize they could be coming top window. No!
Oh,
Wait.
no.
Oh, you're second guessing yourself.
Please, get around the corner. Please, get around the... Oh. Yeah! Yeah! Jabu! Sorry, no favoritism at all.
No favoritism. We like clutches. We like storylines.
Yeah,
okay?
I
We
like
want it to be a close
clutches.
game. That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, and when you're spinning in a circle too, I mean, the Guardians this round are making a full house between Leaky and Jabu. Insane here. Wow. This moment as well, pulling the freaking flash out. Oh,
Oh, man. Wow.
wow.
Yeah, round out of nowhere. I mean, Jabu just has the game sense to get it done, and fortunately, they do line up around that corner. Ramboot have changed their fortunes just a little bit, and they've learned, I
Pressuring
think.
both mains?
Yeah.
You're
What?
so...
Once again, aggression, and I mean, it hasn't been unfavorable, but it hasn't been favorable. No, it's definitely not been favorable anymore. Not whatsoever.
Why aren't they giving up the A space? At this point, I think the two players that are still here should regroup with your Phoenix, get the spike, and get on to B. And I feel like your Phoenix has now terraformed it for you as well. All the way in the elbow, they realize, yep, that's the appropriate call.
The timing could
And
be good.
Yeah, exactly. That's the question, is can they run interference here?
Well, I mean, ERAH, oh, prepared for it, but not that prepared. Robs gets his head taken off immediately.
Rob's always fighting.
Always.
And they're just going to continue on this flank. They only saw one, so not quite sure the Phoenix regroup as well with KRC, but for now,
Spike
and it's
planted.
this kind of flip sight mentality that's going to be difficult to handle.
Come on, let's go!
In goes to run it back for Lukey. Taking it slow, though. Clearing every angle as much as possible to try and allow space for his teammate to make through. Saw one player, not still sure where that Phoenix is, and that just means they have to be more cautious and the time is ticking down. They don't have time for caution. KRC sees Neptune's barrel through the edge of the wall there, and Nisha has to reposition to try and get this defuse gone, but Ramboot once again managed to clutch it out. They got a little too aggressive once again that round, but in the end it was the heroics of the final two players that closed it.
Hey, Lukey, where's the trust, though, in your teammate? Got off the spike to finish the job. Honestly, yeah, this was an interesting round because it was like a trapped, it was a late aggression form over towards A main. And, I mean, if anybody's allowed to get aggressive, right, it's your Waylay who can dismiss out. But they were too close, right? And that kind of forced the hand there of the Viper to pick up the slack to protect and bodyguard. And, yeah, I think they just should have cut their losses and stayed alive. But, yeah, that 2v2, that interference timing was perfect. And that came out of, like, everyone needing to be on the same page for ERAH, and that was just a little bit late. So now, I mean, you're on the same page, you're fighting B main, but something tells me they would not expect the judge.
Well, we'll see.
Or the crossfire.
Yeah, this specific corner has been a problem area for a lot of teams, but the crossfire, very difficult to clear. Out comes the Nightfall. Oh, audio cues, and Bitu's round from behind as well. Just walked on through, 3 kills straight away. That's one way to do it. I mean, Ramboot played everything right there, but there's not much you can do when Bitu just takes your head off.
TP fast, yeah. And only one player had been hit by the Nightfall, but the Phoenix falls, the other's the judge, and is coming out of a blind. What do you do? And left the remaining 2, I mean, they won half of this duel. Last round to clutch it up. Now just double it, making it 2v4.
Can't see. Looking for something, but... Oh, come on. Those are the shots you don't hit. Really? Really? 3 people firing back at you, you kill all of them in 1 shot, and then 2 people looking away from you and you can't hit 5? Alright, man.
This is interesting. They're trying to save the operator that was gifted to them by Neptune in the last round. Didn't really get to see too much of it shine. In fact, it kind of deterred the B retake that time around. Yeah, we're honestly like they've done what we asked for. They set up a crossfire on site. It's a question of, do we think that same strategy would work for Pitu without the Nightfall? And you saw some pings on the minimap, like how they maybe want to reframe the site hold just a little bit to counter plays like that. I mean, I hope it works out in their favor, because this, I mean, it was just one player who basically did everything here and almost got 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was. I mean, yeah, there's not much more you can do as Ramboot there. If Pitu TP's in behind you, it does make your life very, very difficult. There was so much utility to deal with as well. They couldn't hear anything from the record books, but Michelle gets in with the operator this time around, finds that opening pick, makes their lives a lot easier.
Yeah, finally a mid first blood goes their way, and it's off of that saved operator. Neptune was, instead of usually being the menace of mid, this time was trying to pressure A, and now they're down a player. Seeing KRC shine in these moments. Usually not very exploring, though. It's again been holding. That's nerve-wracking to say the least. The pop orb collection kind of gives it away. They just get sprayed through the swag. Turn it over.
Michelle is going to try and utilize this corner. I mean, takes down the run it back. That is high value, but why? Why are you just peeking through there? Where are you going? Michelle gets caught between a rock and many hard places at the same time. And I don't even know what's going on anymore here. Ramboot all lined up outside of the Cosmic Divide, make their way through, clearing it like a SWAT team now as they just try and get something done here. They have time. They have a Viper's Pit down now as well, firing randomly into it. ERAH Esport in control of the spike, trying to get that defuse going. Lukey holding it down. 1 with the hot hands, 2 with the Vandal. Looking for a little more. Tommy just trying to get the final kills on this, but it's a brilliant Viper's Pit, and it's a brilliant play from Ramboot.
Wow. And they were so low HP, right? Kiss the classic, trust in the RNG, and it just does not come to save you or the round. And this is looking
Last
fairly
round in the
familiar,
half.
isn't it?
Yeah,
A similarly very dominant start for one team, and then a 6-6 half anyways. Ramboot one off from giving us a very similar first half to what we saw over on Haven, just a little reverse doodle other than the starting size here, but this is what we wanted to see, right? Ramboot and how they perform in the late round with numbers still at least even or better, and I think we got to see them working that angle really well. And now look, they have ults, they have guns, like they're in a really good position to
You
close
want
out
to
this
play?
half.
Let's play.
Don't do it.
Here's
Don't
the
do
duel. Yeah. What? The temptation. Oh, neither of them hit a shot. Neptune sees a leg, but no more than that.
They learned their lesson. They're not repeating that.
Yeah. No, don't want to go for that one again. That's fine. Both teams are being very cautious about this final round, though. I mean, there's plenty of ults to be used for Ramboot too, and they're really, really good retake ults as well.
Come on, let's
Running
I am
back
okay
to
with
Cosmic
this,
Divide
yeah.
alone. Luki's going to
was
use it
about
to
to
get
say.
aggressive, yeah. Gets flashed out. I mean, Luki's so cautious with the run it backs. Gets taken down in the end. Back around the corner. Not the end of the world. Melee ult used as well with the operator in hand. I mean, that is one hell of a usage. And not going to find anything with it either. Hyber taken down, but Michelle holds down his for the second time of asking, hits that shot. Jabu keeping them away from sight, but Pitu is right there and he has no idea. He turned around for a millisecond there, but gets taken out regardless, and Spike will go down on B. It's going to have to be another hero retake from Ramboot. This time, Cosmic Divide evade.
Yeah, I thought that Jabu was going to save that round for them, but Video staying alive there in mid. Opening up the site yet again. Doing the job of the duelist, and now you're not just retaking, I was going to say,
One enemy
down
remaining.
players, but I was going to say with the operator, but Pidu at least spares them that. And Pidu has always been taking that step further, and so now it's just Heresy in 1v3.
Yeah, has to clear out these players. Robs is the first around the corner. 2 players on his side of the Cosmic Divide. It's a good shot onto Tommy, but it's through the wall and allows for that return. 7-5 in the half for ERAH. I'm sure they would have hoped that their attacking side would have gone better with that composition, but not the end of the world.
Absolutely, and you know what frustrates me about this round? You have, again, oh, they didn't have it. No, they didn't. When did they get the way? Like, did they have the way layout from the start? Because why didn't they wait layout with the Phoenix ult in mid?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Why did they wait and like split them up? Anyways, yeah. So maybe something to look into for the future. But
Bob reviewed that
7-5, yeah. A pistol much needed here, but I think that was the story again. Once they got on the same page, that's when we saw that turnaround, right? After the 5 again, 1 in a row by ERAH, which is what number they won also on Haven in a row. It's all right. Let's see if ERAH wins again, second half pistol, or if Ramboot can take both for Corrode.
Yeah, ERAH, you can't help but feel that they're going to have a hard time holding off the defense. They're going to have to basically play it like an attack and go for retakes. 5v5, and it's working. I mean, that is exactly what's happened here. Nisha finds 3, and that's good enough for plenty of trades to come through. It's all up to Kersey now on several angles to check. Not able to find Pitu in the end, even though Pitu has to chase him into a corner for the kill. And yeah, I think that is going to be the story that we're going to see from ERAH here, is just them leaving a site, letting them plant and go, okay, now we go.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're like, oh, how do they hold on this site? By sheer force of will and numbers, right? Like, they fully commit to the rotate while they trust in the chamber to solo hold mid space so they don't get backstabbed, and everyone filters in, leveraging what has been, again, these high-performing individuals, right? Pidu 15-9. Remember, they were the MVP map 1 despite losing. 11-7 for Robs, and the rest of the team not far behind, so they definitely looked locked in the aim department, winning a very important pistol to circumvent the tied game. Now, with better weapons in hand, you have delay util A, you have hit to A, and you have a scaling party down mid. Not a bad look for the time being.
Whoa. Plenty of shots narrowly missed Lukey there. Get out of dodge. Ramboot need to be quite careful with their attacking rounds, but once they have the spike down, things get a little easier for them. Plenty of walls and smokes and gravity wells to help them out in a post-plant situation. The difficulty is getting on there against the firepower of ERAH.
Yeah, I feel like the Chambers just brought something that the defense Ramboot didn't have, right, with their composition. right? Because now with the Phoenix, you use that in the place of the Viper in terms of molly delay, and the Astra
pulling
support
them
here
in.
wasn't really there either. So it's kind of holding on to the site pretty well, right? Hybrid shut down. Michelle shut down. Ghost
So
and
long.
mentioned Neptune in that mid space now has kept them even corralled here inside of B main, or did.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, not for long. Taken out.
Flash.
Not the end.
One enemy remaining.
They should, or nice should come round through onto mid. Rob is able to find the final kill. ERAH, unsurprising second round for them. Now the real test begins.
How do we feel about the Night Chef Phoenix so far? I feel like for a first official match, it's not bad.
Yeah, plenty of multi kills. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
seeing a massive amount of like insane flash plays or anything like that, but you don't need to.
I mean,
Phoenix,
yeah, the
that's
mollies
thing.
and walls have been the most impressive
Yeah.
impact-wise in the first half, and there we're starting to see them embrace the duelist side of them, just taking these fights. Obviously, better weaponry on the second round buy-up, I think, permitting, but it's still, right, because you get those kills, you now have to run it back, right, to counter Ramboot's own, and kind of give you a chance at this eco convert. But we'll see what happens. I mean, 4 strong grouped up B main. If they fully cleared out A main, so they should know this seed is coming, and they need to embrace what you mentioned with that mentality of get out of the way, give them the sight. Because I don't know if you're gonna hold on to it.
Tommy can't get out of that.
Yeah.
Being dependent like that. However, the run it back from Loki is eventually shut down by the Odin of Robs before he's traded out. Brings it back to a clean 5v4 here. Jarvis holding close, but this is a common position. They'll be expecting somebody round that corner. Pitu fighting his way in from CT. Gets one, traded out by Hyber.
Last player
Neptune on his
standing.
way through. Jarvis got it done. And see, this is the problem area for ERAH now, is that once weapons are in the hands of Ramboot, they're feeling comfortable in getting onto site. Look how difficult it is for them to make an inch happen in a retake.
And they're trying to hunt down this last player as well at this rate. All up, Jobby there. Realizing, okay, they are going to save probably a bad weapon, so let's just let them get at it. Be as you may. Be on your business, be on your way towards the next round. I mean, they've kept them off double digits, which is huge. There it is. Oh, there you go. Die.
No.
What happened? They definitely
He loves
wanted
that
to-
bulldog. Loves that bulldog.
I think they wanted to die to the spike, but this is the issue, okay? They accidentally conditioned themselves into understanding that Neptune would have their back and have their mid space. And then when they
Right,
change it so that
right.
Neptune is fighting A main,
Yeah.
right? That's when Jabu sneaks up mid and gets the backstab onto Robs, who's also supposed to be the menace, right? Spraying you down, not letting you have an inch of security on that site with the Odin. So, alright, they're like,
That's not
okay,
ready.
someone has to hold mid. Rob says, I'm not gonna get caught again. I'll take care of it. You go on. Unfortunately, with all the util, the
Uh-oh,
dash
Neptune.
potential, yeah, you're gonna get overwhelmed and swarmed.
This is the problem. I don't think they have the facilities to hold down a site, although if you just do it through
Spike down,
gunplay,
B.
that's fine as well. That works. Thing is, you can see there how easy it is to get overwhelmed. I mean, come on. Come on.
This is why they wanted the Odin alive on the site, or near
There
the
you
site.
go. Yeah, Rob's getting plenty of work done. Yes, he knows that he can't really plant with the Odin able to just spray through that wall, so has to clear out a little more. It's doing good work. The Odin is taken down, Pitu is taken down. They still haven't planted yet. They're allowing Tommy to come round from
so
the
much
flank.
time.
They're repositioned. Yeah,
enemy remaining.
Aisha is taken down there. They can
Oh
press
no!
elsewhere. Oh, but that's the spike.
Spike down,
Cassie
B.
turns his back at the wrong moment. Oh my lord, that could be a good pick. Good pick. Oh, and he goes for the engagement. That was the last thing Tommy was expecting him to turn back around the corner after grabbing the spike.
That was such a fun round. Like it was like both of them had their moments, right? Like from the opener to then Rob's answering with the Odin spray, and again, some mistakes here and there from both sides, but very creative calling there from Ramboot in the last few moments, and individual play from Michelle as well. I love this decision to fight forward, though, right? You still
Yeah.
don't quite know where this Astra Tommy was, so decision to try and flip
Yeah,
things
got a
up there.
glimpse of him there,
Yeah.
and then realized that. Yeah, that's just a good gamble.
Yeah. Alright, so nobody playing up close personal B anymore. They understand that we're going to get run down. But instead, very mid-heavy approach here. One even additional player from Tommy rotating over. Will it be in time?
Rob just misses those shots, and that's going to open up every angle of the map big to Ramboot. And it's going to allow them to get pretty close in terms of round differential here. Pitsu, hold it down with that
Chamber,
final
and
goal.
it has Michelle's name on it. But
Time to jump.
it's at the cost of the site now here.
Spike
so
planted.
worthy life, a worthy sacrifice when you're looking at a 2v4 and pit it with 22 HP. Good job, you should be able to cut off the Phoenix rotate.
One enemy remaining.
No, as someone gets behind him. And there we go. Keep it fairly clean on the eco. Denial there for ERAH. 1 round away again from putting us squared at 9. And this is the issue that we kind of had, right? It was these pivotal moments where it felt like Ramboot was just like eking it by until the last possible second, and then they closed over on Haven. So curious to see if they can finally answer when needed.
Yeah, it's looking so much better from them, especially on the attacking side with weapons in their hands. They look so confident. I think they should be. You know that you're not going to run into much resistance from ERAH other than just straight up duels. That's fair enough. You're going to have to win fights anyway. Not being scared of that. The ult. Ramboot side, not the ERAH side. Michelle finds his first with that. Neptune looking to get something off the back of that. Oh, but he gets a little too aggressive there. Right out the smoke dry.
I don't think that was necessary, right? That was the first time they successfully kept them off the B side early because of that nightfall from Robs. And again, just Icarus style, flow too close to the sun, and your wings have been dropped, cut, melted, I should say. And now that they found that kill, right, they've taken away the chamber, which was really strong hold utility here. They've reclicked and are going to re-engage because that Prowler from Robs just saw nothing.
That is smart. That's definitely smart, yeah.
Oh no.
Pressing though up in heaven, but the Odin is really not the weapon for that position. Gives away his position very, very quickly. At the very least, might be able to hinder these guys a little bit, allow a tiny bit of time for his teammates to join him on this retake, but regardless, it's going to be a ridiculously
Why do we even
difficult-
ash at a random hunting party on the other side?
Yeah, what is going on over here? They're playing hide and seek. And Tommy is not very good at hiding.
Apparently not. Caught out in the open. That was kind of while they were still in that contemplation stage of, okay, can we find an opening? Are we saving? What's the idea here? And decision pretty much made for them at that rate. And just survive, look for these additional kills where you can. And they're doing a pretty good job at it, right? These are your 2 players that know how to hold their own in a fight.
One enemy remaining.
My ultimate's ready.
Yeah, that's a hard angle from that long range. I will give it to you, even with the Odin.
Just Pitu on his lonesome now and being hunted down still. Oh, just about time left to find him. He doesn't want that fight. 9-9 is the scoreline, and for ERAH, things are running away from them quite quickly. The pistol round, the round after that, and suddenly they've had almost 0 success in these buy rounds.
Honestly, this is feeling like ERAH timeout territory. We saw both utilized over on Haven, and because of the early found success, we've been seeing any here on Corrode so far. And quick reminder, right? Like, you lost map 1, right?
Cool.
So this is a map that determines if you are eliminated entirely from Phase 3 of Project Blender. And so, yeah, as astutely called, the timeout comes through.
You can flex on. You can flex on. That's fine.
I didn't know it was coming. We were in the
Have your
replays.
moment. Yeah. Oh man.
It's like, when else would it happen, right? Like, you just saved, right? It's about to be double digits.
4 in a
and
row.
Look at the ults, too, that both sides are coming into.
Yeah, this is a very pivotal round here for ERAH. Of course, they are the ones facing elimination off of this map. Ramboot have another bite at the cherry after this if they do lose out in Corrode. But Ramboot are just looking like the side better prepared for this, at least the attacking side, right? ERAH's comp is so heavy, right? It feels like all eggs in that attacking basket, all eggs in the aggressive basket, and that is fine for them. Pitu is a great aggressive player, but I'm not sure if Nisha and Neptune are able to kind of keep up with that tempo that they need to maintain for this whole time, especially on the defense, where you've got to be doing so much movement, backing away from sight, back into sight, timing everything perfectly so the fundamentals are good with the rest of your teammates. It's not working out. They can't hold on to a single iota of space, and they've given away the the site once again to Ramboot.
Yeah, I mean, they changed up the whole composition, right? Kind of in their draft, trying to overcompensate maybe for the loss against Vitality. And while it's easier to call an attack with that sort of kind of ranked mentality, it's definitely harder on the defense. And even when you just changed up the roster and solidified a core 5 as well, so you're still trying to set the groundwork. And
One enemy
team
remaining.
together now with one substitution, the entirety of Project Blender, and they are looking like it. Nearly flawless, Robs. At least find a weapon here, but it is short-lived. Luki keeps it out of their hands. No save ability, double digits on the board. So the eco round at least out of the timeout is denied, but this is where we really want to see those timeout changes in.
Yeah, for sure. And they do look a little lost on site. If they hold on to that site, it's so difficult to do so, right? You have 2 players on either side, 1 player watching mid a lot of the time, and you're just going to get overrun by these guys. You have no stopping ability, right? How thin do you want to spread your Astra player is the question. I don't think Tommy is having a good time right now, having to keep up all of those stars and make sure that Ramboot are taking advantage of every single one of their players, but that's a great reveal. And Robs will take full advantage. Neptune as well. Well, it's a good round from ERAH. Maybe their plan worked, but this just seems like good aim for them so far.
Yeah, it's more like Ramboot gave them exactly what their win con is for this composition right now. They're running to the Sentinel, Neptune, and like you mentioned, running into these high aim and execution players that we've seen, like Robs and like Idu. I was gonna say, almost not clear. Thought we might get at least one on their side, but it's a flawless for ERAH. Keep it clean, keep it tied. And we're seeing again that closer syndrome from Ramboot we saw in the previous map, so and have probably another close affair. It was kind of that, I think it was like the 11-10 mark is when Ramboot finally got the act together and closed, so we'll see if the money supports that agenda, if the ults they just utilized will come to punish them. Yeah, I mean, both actually have an extraordinary cash, I'll say, for the point of the game we're in.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Decoy.
for Ramboot, everything has worked up until that point. That was not a convincing round, but ERAH invested a lot in getting aggressive on that one, obviously. Tour de Force played a massive part in it too, no longer available for this round. So, again, they are, ERAH, holding on to the site tooth and nail, despite the fact...
They need 4 players here.
Yeah.
Just to keep them out. And it's like, Rambo's like, okay, we'll leave, why not, right? We have the Deep Ash to lurk.
Yeah.
We're gonna go challenge Neptune, like you mentioned, no longer has that Tour de Force. Trademark's the only real hold, and Tommy missed the timing as well to get some chip damage, it feels like, so... It's just, okay, are they gonna get past Neptune is the question, or are they gonna backpedal into the stack? And Dimensional Drift kind of made that decision, it feels like, for Ramboot.
Yeah, allows themselves to get out of there too. I mean, the Dimensional Drift doesn't give the right information. It gives the information, but it's too late. In come Ramboot now, but they might not be aware that Neptune is right round this corner. I mean, just lying there. Oh, never mind. the tag as well. That's BM at that point, knowing exactly where Neptune is sitting, and suddenly for ERAH, it's looking like that was... I mean, a departure from normality there that last round. It was not the new norm in this. We can just head-on takes that flash. Why not? That's fine. Just allow them to do that to you. And Hyber, it's all up to you to hold down the front line of this Viper's Pit. Good flash to get yourself more position on this one. But Jabu's right round the corner. It's a well-placed Viper's Pit. They're not going to go for it, yeah. There's no chance with the time left.
Yeah, I like how they partitioned kind of the players there, right? A few playing outside of the pit for that element of surprise, a few playing a bodyguard in the pit for the Viper, so they still had that win condition of the round intact. It is unfortunate. I feel like I've seen some masterful like curveball dodges out of Ramboot. They're like, where are the Phoenix players here? And that was just like, okay, fine. But Michelle, this punish, they've been like so good at getting in ERAH's head, right? We look back at the 1v1 versus Tommy, and we look at that moment as well, right? I can't believe they didn't get the second one, to be honest.
Things starting to get a little scary now for ERAH. 2 more rounds for Ramboot, of course, gets it done. And if you're investing into this one, that means this is the important round for ERAH here. If they lose it, I mean, I don't really see a way in which they're able to bring themselves back. But against the first kill, Neptune taken out, has really been an instrumental player for the team, though, and that is a sore loss.
the way
Watch your
in
eyes.
towards the attacker spawn. Now has eyes on the spike. And knows this is a B-side lean and not a fake out. Knows there's 2 players here as well. And should be able to take care of both if Robs can support him in time.
Robs, get there! Okay,
Ooh, at least
gets
it's
the
a
trade.
Yeah, so it's a 2v2. But you lost the advantage in terms of spike control, so that's been recovered. I don't know how I feel I was about to say if KRC actually challenged Robs. That could be spike
Yeah,
down and your
wait,
player on the other
Jabu.
side of the map. Player
Oh, he
standing.
turned away at the wrong time. Oh.
I don't know which would have been worse, this situation or that one. And yeah, it's difficult now. KSC in a 1v2 knew exactly where both players were, but does not know where the repositions are now. And
Yeah.
the full kit, at least at their disposal, just, you know, it's they get their pick of the
30
litter. They
seconds
get to
left.
choose where they go.
Obscuring vision.
Yeah, Cosmic Divide for the retake as well means that you can just sit off site and overwhelm KSC when you finally go for that one. But once that spike is down, it kind of does become a 2v2 essentially, right? The objective means that you have to divide your attention away
Spike
from the player
planted.
at some point in that fight. So holding on to time here is going to be the play for KSC. Gets aggressive.
What util does Robs have? Haunt's probably going to be back online timing-wise, but do we have any Prowlers? Do we have any Seizes?
Yeah,
I think
that's
that
the
would have
question.
made a big difference if KRC was going to play up close and personal, and I think is why that they have decided, okay,
Needs
I'll
to
play
get
the
some
timing.
stars down here, I think.
Or you
Where's
play for
the
the
horn?
backstab timing. You're expecting
Yeah.
them to play stars, right?
Alright, there's the
Pulling
gravity
them
well.
in.
No way they
Takes
expected
one
that.
away.
One enemy
Goes
remaining.
for the peak right at the right time as well. Gets back
Rob's
round the
sticking.
corner and the time. Yeah, you have to at this point. Going for the half, but KSC plays it to perfection. Not a single point of damage given away to ERAH. And now it's match point. And look at this economy for the losing side.
Wow. I mean, talk about, like, impact plays. Like, that is the round that will put ERAH in the ground, essentially. You know, start covering them up. Say your final words, because that is a difficult one to lose. I mean,
One enemy remaining.
they play that so smart. It's just, I'm satisfied with the Ash to play.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not knowing what angle they come from, he's got to put himself into a corner, I guess, and hope. In goes Michelle. It might just be time to close this one out. Nightfall comes back in there. Oh my god, every ult is being used. Please help me. Pitu tries to spray him down. It does not work. Trades left, right, and center, but there's only 2 remaining for the ERAH side, and it's looking like it might just be over in a matter of seconds. Michelle goes hunting for a little more. Neptune is lying in wait there with the headhunter. No, make that the Spectre. In fact, gets taken down, but Lukey
Wait a minute.
is holding down the position. It could still be a retake. The flash is good. It sends some packing, but plenty of time left to deal with. Hot hands
Careful now.
sent out, zoning them away from the site, making sure now they're not coming from heaven. Lukey is in a good position, takes down one, gets traded. It's just Tommy, 1v2. Again, that Cosmic Divide has not yet to be used. It gets put down, but there's no time left. He needs to go for this, and KSC once again puts the final nail in the coffin. ERAH are going to be going home.
Wow. 2-13-10s to close out the series in 2-0 fashion and collect another